Hi guys, this is Kimmy Yanks and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Sunday morning of the inaugural MotoGP of Bharat, 24th September 2023. The main event, the showstopper, the day when the stands should be full to capacity, with people waiting with bated breaths to see the riders battle it out for supremacy at the Buddh International Circuit here in Greater Noida. The time right now is 8:30 and you must be wondering that I've been leaving a lot later compared to the rest of the weekend. Well, I think this is in terms of the scheduling, it's a little bit more laid back as compared to what we see in Formula 1, but it's not just the racing that will be there. We still have a morning warm-up for MotoGP and of course the three main races of Moto3, Moto2 and the MotoGP. As for the length of the races, well, the FIM and Dorna, considering the hot and humid conditions that we have and the physical strains that it's been putting on the riders, they have decided to truncate the Grand Prix by 1 lap each for the Moto3 and the Moto2 events, while the MotoGP race will be reduced by 3 laps to 21 laps in total. Unfortunately, instead of the 22 riders that were supposed to come out on the grid, we are left with 20 riders. Alex Marquez has left for Spain because of the fractured ribs and he's hoping to recuperate and be in time for the race in Indonesia. Whereas Luca Marini also had a collarbone fracture yesterday at the start of the sprint after his coming together with Marco Bezzecchi. And thankfully Bezzecchi was okay, but Luca has gotten a collarbone fracture and he too is out of the Grand Prix today. Well, it's been quite an interesting weekend so far, and yeah, unfortunately yesterday I missed the pit lane walk. It was rather very shortened because of the scheduling that MotoGP has for the weekend, and I think the pit lane walk lasted for only about 15 minutes, and while we were making our way back from the stands into the paddock, we lost out on that. But anyways, today I'm hoping that I get to go to the pit lane, cover some more things for you guys, show you guys some more content, and be able to behold these Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP bikes up close and personal. I will see you guys very soon at the track. Good morning guys from the circuit. I am here at the entrance of the paddock and the time right now is almost 10 in the morning, and soon enough we'll be starting with the MotoGP warm-up, and from there on then we have the pit lane walk before the start of the Moto3, Moto2 and the MotoGP race. There you have my friend Yash intently on his phone, the owner of Hybrid Theory, an eSport series, and yeah, this is the entrance to the paddock.
Come on, Sam!
This is the MotoGP, the biggest motor race in the world right here. Ladies and gentlemen, all
Let's go, Check!
just stops, eyes back on the lights again, and on the wheels.
Stand up everybody, the moment through this history. This is going to be
Wow, this is special, man. This is special. If you want to pinch yourself, please do. We don't mind that again. Yeah, man. I've been asked. I've been getting. You know what? A lot of people are asking me,
to call our guest. To give the award to the winning constructor, I would like to request Akbar Ibrahim, Federation of Motorsports Clubs of India President. For third place, I would request Mr. B.S. Sujit, FIM Asia Vice President, to come up on stage. And now to give prize to the second place, Mr. Jorge Villegas, FIM President. And now to give the prize to our winner, I would request Shri Shrikant Madhav Vaidya, Chairman, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Please make some noise for your winners! Ladies and gentlemen, request you to please a very lovely Prosecco shower. Make some noise and celebrate along with the Moto2 winners!
Watch this guy. This guy.
it's raining. Talk about timing.
Good timing.
So guys, I've returned to Delhi and the time right now is 9:20 in the evening. And what can I say? It's been such an amazing, overwhelming, humbling, electrifying, invigorating kind of day. Still having goosebumps. I'm buzzing with the excitement, and yeah, it's been an absolute cracker of a Sunday at the inaugural MotoGP of Bharat. Well, off the bat, I just want to say a big thank you to the UP government, the Honorable Chief Minister, and the other officials who have actually striven hard to make this event possible. It could not have happened without their necessary approvals, their backing, and their unwavering support. At the same time, a big shout out to the promoters, Fair Street Sports, Book My Show, and the other partners, the title sponsor, of course, Indian Oil, and so many other people whose names I do not know or I'm not able to mention in this video, organizations who have all been part of this magnum opus that we have had of an event on the Sunday. It's been such an amazing Sunday for each one of us. Well, today, as we all know, was the showstopper. The main day, the main events were all today. We had the Moto3 race, the Moto2 race, and then the MotoGP, of course. Unfortunately, we did not host the Moto-E event, but considering the kind of experience these riders, Dorna, FIM, and the team personnel have had, I'm sure that they would want to bring the Moto-E races to India as well. It started off as any other normal day, an early start to the day, reaching the paddock, and then walking around, getting some selfies, getting some autographs of the riders and the team personnel, and then from there on prepping up for the 3 races that we had in this weekend. Well, the Moto3 race was not really a close contest, which was uncharacteristic of Moto3 races, but we had Jaume Masia win the inaugural MotoGP of Bharat in the Moto3 category, of course, and it was nice to see the Leopard Racing rider just pull away from the rest and dominate at the Buddh International Circuit. Come Moto2, unfortunately the initial start, or rather the first part of the race, had to be aborted on the opening lap itself because we had a multi-rider accident at turn 1. We had another restart to the Moto2 event, and we had Pedro Acosta, who took top honors, absolutely dominating, just like Jaume Masia, keeping the other riders at bay. Tony Arbolino, who had actually taken the lead in the first attempt of the Moto2 race, finished P2 this time eventually in the final event, and it was a good day for Tony Arbolino, starting from P7. He is of course the direct competitor to Pedro Acosta. And then finally we had a certain Joe Roberts who actually produced an audacious overtaking move on Sergio Garcia for that final podium position, actually attracting a rapturous applause from the fans across the circuit. It was truly an amazing overtake by the American racer. With Moto2 done, well, it was time for MotoGP, the main Grand Prix, the Lita class or the 1000cc category, and we had Marco Bezzecchi on pole with Jorge Martin in P2, with Pecco Bagnaia in P3, and yeah, it was a star-studded lineup, an all Ducati front row. And yeah, after the early skirmishes, it was Bezzecchi who actually took the lead, and from there on it was just about maintaining the gap, winning it on a canter, if I can say. That was how flawless and how dominating this victory was. Well, most of the MotoGP fans, not just in India but all across the world, are Valentino Rossi fans, and I guess it was befitting that a rider from the VR46 Academy takes top honors. And well, it was Marco Bezzecchi, not just from the VR46 Academy but from the Mooney VR46 racing team, which actually is the icing on the cake. So even though Valentino was not here, we are disappointed about that. It was great to see his team and his rider claim top honors here in the Buddh International Circuit. Jorge Martin, well, he had a really good race, was absolutely tired at the end, in fact fainted on the way to the Parc Fermé, had to be attended to by the medical doctor, and actually made a desperate attempt to hold on to P2 after an incessant fight and pressure from Fabio Quartararo on the final lap. Yeah, an important result for Jorge Martin and Marco Bezzecchi, considering the fact that Pecco Bagnaia unfortunately crashed out of the race. The title challenge is now, the title fight is wide open with 13 points separating Jorge Martin from Pecco Bagnaia, who still tops the standings, whereas Marco Bezzecchi is now 44 points adrift. So there's been a monumental shift in this title battle with Pecco Bagnaia, who of course is the reigning MotoGP world champion. Marc Marquez, well, he had a very good start from P6 on the grid. Mind you, Luca Marini was not participating, so he had Mir in P5 and he had Marquez in P6. He was actually in podium contention until he lost the front end of that Repsol Honda at turn 1. That I think dropped him down to P13 or P14, but from there on Marc made an absolutely tremendous recovery to come back up to P9. Suddenly, that Repsol Honda has found some sort of performance. Of course, the team members and the team personnel want to play down their chances. They don't want to read too much into it, probably considering that Misano and India were just one-off races where the bike was probably better suited. But I still think that there is something simmering below, and Honda has found a level of performance which I'm sure will augur well in whatever's left of this season. It was nice to see Marc ride the way he did. Of course, he's not the same Marc Marquez after his accident in 2020, but Honda is doing its utmost best, not just to keep him happy, but also to give him a bike that can keep him in the sharp end of the order and battle with the likes of the Ducatis, and of course convince him to stay for 2024. which I still believe would happen. Finally, Yuan Mir, I'm so happy to see the 2020 world champion finally get a strong, solid, consistent result under his belt after all the hassles and frustrations of this year, the number of crashes that he's had, the kind of disappointments that he's had to go through. It's unbelievable. And yeah, I'm just so happy that Mir has finally gotten a chance to prove himself on that bike, despite all the questions and doubts being raised about him, all the negative chatter. Well, that was to silence all the critics. This wasn't the podium, but it was one of his best performances. In fact, when I saw him after the race, he was very happy and smiling away. He knows that this is a very big confidence booster, and it is these little things that actually help a rider make it through the tougher times of his racing career. Well, it was great to see Fabio Quartararo on the podium in P3, and of course his teammate in Franco Morbidelli also getting one of his better results from the 2023 season. Well, what else can I say? It was an absolutely amazing atmosphere. There was a buzz of excitement. The crowds were loud, the crowds were vocal, and yeah, it was a lovely time to be in the main grandstand. Of course, despite having such an amazing event, there are things that need improvements on. Like there are some runoff areas that the riders still express that they would love to have some more buffer than what they experienced this weekend, and there were some improvements to be made with the curbs as well. I think it was interesting to see post race, seeing these riders getting swarmed when they got out of the press center or the media center after the post race interviews. I think, as a rider, when you come to a new circuit or to a new event, I know these guys are used to, having fans run behind them for selfies and autographs all the time. But I'm sure, there would be some sort of intrigue and wonder they might have about if, the local populace would recognize who they are, and not just the famous faces, but also those who are still trying to make a name in the world of MotoGP. Also, it's been 10 years since we last hosted a Formula 1 race. The track and the country on a whole has been in motorsports oblivion, at least in the international community, and now suddenly to have MotoGP come and just break open the locks and open its doors for India to make itself known again on the international motorsports map. I guess this was like a volcanic explosion of fans and their emotions. It was really overwhelming, and I guess probably too much to bear for some of the riders too. But yeah, that's how it is, and I hope that all the riders have loved the hospitality and the love that's been showered by we, the Indian fans. We are passionate, we love our sport, we are well read, and we always have our 2 cents to offer, be it cricket or any other sports that we follow. The one gripe though I did have was with the on-track commentary. Soumil Arora is very accomplished, he's well read, he knows his stuff, and you know that you have a passionate fan who knows the sport talking about the sport at a motorsports event. Unfortunately, the other gentleman, I would have hoped that he would have brushed up on his knowledge of MotoGP, because a lot of the information that was getting passed down over the PA system was inaccurate, and yeah, I do hope that next time he does learn how to correctly mention the names of the riders, because as much as any rider would love to be at a track and be as close to his fans, and it is not nice to hear your name being mentioned incorrectly. Like I said in my guide video as well, it is our responsibility as die-hard fans of the sport that we convey and portray and share relevant and important and accurate information to those who are new to the world of racing. On a personal note, well, you can say life's come full circle for me because it was more than 2 decades ago when I first started watching Mick Doohan ride the Repsol Honda bike and absolutely smoke the opposition with the margin of victories that he had en route to his 5 world titles. And yeah, for me now to be a guest of Repsol Honda for the weekend, well, what can I say? And then to sit in the hot seat where Marc Marquez sits after any session to discuss things with his crew chief Santi Hernandez, I guess, that was just an overwhelming and such an amazing moment for me. Something that happened yesterday, in fact, on the Saturday. So a big thank you to everyone at Repsol Honda, to Mr. Norihiko for making this happen. Thank you for all the hospitality. Thank you for having us over the weekend. Thank you for the garage tour, for helping us get up close and personal with the RC213V, the Honda Challenger. We do have the MotoGP of Bharat on the provisional MotoGP calendar of 2024. This time they have placed it a lot later for 6th of October, which of course is still not entering the winter months of the north, but it is, I am sure the conditions might be much better than what they were this time, because it was really hot and humid. And for the riders, it's been such a physical demanding circuit. Thankfully Dorna and FI made the right call by truncating it by 3 laps, the Grand Prix itself, so we only had a 21 lap race. I wonder what would have happened had it been a 24 laps race with Jorge Martin blanking out like that. If we do want to have India on the motorsports map, on a serious note, we need to ensure that we maintain this level of passion and bring in as many fans as we can to the sport, and I can assure you MotoGP will pave the way for bringing back Formula 1 into India too. Oh, before I forget, we also had the opportunity to go down to the podium, as you would have seen in this video, and watch the top 3 finishers spray some Prosecco all over the people. In fact, there were spits of rain during the podium ceremony, and I was hoping that it actually starts raining just to cool everyone down and make everyone feel a little more relaxed than they were. So yeah, anyways, this brings me to the end of the 2023 MotoGP of Bharat weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyed whatever I've been able to share with you all. Sorry I was not able to do more videos because I wanted to be in adherence with what Dorna and FIM lay down, because their rules are very different from what Formula 1 have. So I didn't really want to step out of line and do anything stupid. So yeah, apologies to anyone who would have expected more from this weekend, but I've tried to cover as much as I could with whatever I could. Anyways guys, I will be leaving the links to my other social media handles in the description below, so if you want to connect with me there, please do so. I would love to hear your feedback and your view of what this MotoGP event was all about. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. This is Kim Yang signing off from the 2023 MotoGP of Bharat, the inaugural MotoGP race held at the Buddh International Circuit. Take care guys, stay safe and enjoy your racing, and I will see you guys very shortly.